Is going on, everybody? All right, so today I'm bringing you a very fun and special build. This build I am dubbing the name Defender's Carnage. Now, I just ran Air and Space Museum Heroic solo, was able to flawlessly complete it, no deaths, no revives, nothing like that. So let me give you a taste of what this build has in store, and then we'll go right into what the build is.
Black Tusk has already established a foothold here. Dislodging them isn't going to be easy. Weapons free! Weapons free! No sweat.
Medical assistance needed.
Hostile is on their feet.
All right, so that was the build in action. Now, as you can see, this is definitely not a DPS friendly build. However, you do enough damage to uh, implement enough chaos to the heroic NPCs. Now, with this, let's start off with the primary, or let's start off with the specialization. As you know, we're running the demolition specialization because of the 25% extra explosives. Now, for the primary, you can run several different options. This one is the carbine with the Optimus weapon talent, increased by 3% for every 10% ammo missing, along with rooted while equipped, and encounter all skill damage and healing is increased by 25% for 10 seconds. You could run either the carbine, Eagle Bear if you have it, the custom P4. I like running my custom P4. I've also run this with the Eagle Bear. It's all dependent on what it is you want to run. Um, yeah, so with that, the next thing I have is the Stoner LAMG with the unhinged perk of 25%. And then I've got my X45 here with the in rhythm holster talent 5%, refresh active skill cooldowns. Now, for the build in general, the mask is the China Light Industries, the MJ54, the 10% explosive damage with a modified 34% damage to elites with the added health of 12,918. And then you've got your 20% explosive damage. Next, we're running the Heligard Armadillo Vest. This one, 30% total armor, 22,846 armor, as annotated by the armor that I have, which is almost 260k. And then the 1019 modified skill power, along with 20% health. Okay, so for the mods here, nothing too special, just an added health mod, just some damage mods with 2% weapon, 1% damage to armor, and 2% damage to health, along with another added health mod. So you can see for the defender carnage build, I'm basing this a lot around your health for survivability purposes, especially if you're running heroic missions solo, or if you're doing anything solo really. This will definitely help you and be able to just constantly tank the enemy NPCs. For the holster, we have the Hero Pouch holster. With this, the added 10% accuracy, the added 596 skill power, along with the added 20% explosive damage. With this, we have the offensive assisted firearms with the 1.5% weapon damage. I'm using it because of the 3% assault rifle damage. Next, we have the Heliguard Bighorn Pack. With this has an added 6.5% total armor with an added 15,950 health, and then the 13% skill haste, which really does come in handy. And then you've got your skilled skill kills have a 25% chance to reset skill cooldowns. This is like the must-have perk, especially if you're running a build something like this, along with having destructive with added 20% explosive damage. So if you have this and you don't have explosive damage, definitely modify it. I don't really like modifying my talents. I'd rather grind for the talents rather than having to modify them. But in this case, because this was the best healer guard backpack that I had for the added health and armor, I had to take that chance. Of course, we have the BTSU gloves. The mods we're currently running on the gloves are the electronics mod with an added 332 seeker skill power, and then an added 119 skill power. I didn't have anything specifically. I do have the drone skill power as well, and added 138. But that's as far as I can get with my utility mod for this. And then I have the added 9,756 health. Lastly, we are running the group AB for the added 10% assault rifle damage, and this rolled with 322 skill power, and then I had to roll over the talent for destructive with the 20% explosive damage, and then patience, being in cover for 5 seconds, repairs your armor by 5%. This essentially just makes you the most tankiest agent alive. As long as you're in cover, you're running your defender drone, bullets are gonna just bounce back, and you're just constantly keep healing. Like there's no reason for you to like fail at any mission with this build. So again, we're running the defender drone. Now with the defender drone, the defender attempts to deflect incoming bullets. The cooldown I currently have for it is 80 seconds. It could be a lot better, especially if I'm running the different specialization for it, like sharpshooter, because that gives you, you added 80% duration and then a lower cooldown. However, because I was very limited on the mods that I do have for this drone, this is the best I could possibly do. But you could definitely make this better, especially if you're grinding out for specific skill mods. You could definitely increase the duration of the drone, decrease the cooldown. So with this, I don't like doing this, but this allowed me to use these other mods in place. So for the auxiliary battery, I have added 900 drone skill power. The whole slot, I have an add 80.3% health, and then I have an add 94.7% duration. Lastly, because of the 20% explosive, we're running the Seeker Mine. With this one, I have it at the cooldown with the 9-second cooldown. So it's not bad, but especially if you're running the skill talent, 25%, constantly getting it back. Especially it works with the drone too. I mean, I love it. I love the skill talent. It just works. So with this, I have 185.8% skill haste, 144.8% skill haste, and then I have the 4 extra mines. Now I could run a damage mod in the payload slot. However, I feel that because I'm constantly using the seeker mines, I'm able to cover more ground with the added 4 extra mines, which gives me a total of 8 mines. So, I mean, to each his own. You want to run a damage mod to increase the damage, by all means, go ahead. But personal preference. So overall, guys, I mean, that is the build in a nutshell. I mean, I love this build. I can tank, and that's essentially what I'm going for with this. Of course, this build isn't perfect. You can run it any way you want. You can modify it the way you want to. You can increase the stats the way you want to. But this definitely helps and completing any mission, any activity. Haven't tried it out in the raid yet. Don't know if I'm really going to because the raid is so DPS friendly. But anyways, I really hope you guys enjoy the build video. Definitely leave your comments below. Give me recommendations. Let me know if you have any questions. And I will catch you guys around next time. Take care.